People, a lot lizard, a street worker, a woman that sell their body for money, gave 6 different truck drivers HIV. Now people, the man this woman gave HIV to, she says she do not feel bad because the man deserved it. Now people, let me explain why this woman did not feel bad for giving different men an STD. You be the judge. Let me explain. Now people, years ago, this woman's ex-husband gave her HIV. That's what she said anyways. And at that point, she lost all respect for men. She did not trust men anymore. And when this woman caught HIV, she thought about taking her life several times. She did not want to live anymore. So when this woman found out her husband passed her an STD, she filed for divorce. And her life was very difficult. She couldn't date or anything because it was hard to tell a man she had HIV. So when this woman filed for divorce, she moved back with her parents and she became very depressed. Life was very hard for her. She also quit her job to focus on her health and her mental health. But months down the road, she needed money very bad. So this woman started to do the unthinkable. So people, this woman had a very close friend that she was best friends with since middle school. And this woman's best friend was into that street life. So her best friend told her about a website called Backpage. Now, I never been on Backpage before, but I think it's a website where you can post pictures and you can use it like an escort service. And I think a lot of women on that website called Backpage charge men for money to do whatever. This woman did Backpage for months, but she wasn't making a lot of money. Mind you, she was sleeping with men while she had HIV. So only God knows how many men she gave HIV on Backpage. So when this woman wasn't making much money on Backpage, her best friend told her about truck stops. She said she can start going to truck stops and she'll go with her. So people, it was 2 truck stops roughly an hour from where this woman and her best friend stayed. They started to go there at least 4 to 5 times a week. They would go there at nighttime and they would knock on truck driver windows. The 2 truck stops this woman and her friend would go to is called a Petro and a Flying J Pilot. These women was going to these truck stops for roughly 4 months before someone called law enforcement, and law enforcement came and told them to never come back as they're going to get in trouble. Now people, at this point you may be thinking to yourself, well, how did the truck drivers find this woman? They didn't even know the woman's name. I'm sure this woman didn't give them the real name. You 100% correct. People, multiple truck drivers at that Petro and that Pilot Flying J filed a police report and said a woman at the truck stop gave them HIV. They told law enforcement exactly what they did. Law enforcement was on the look for them. Months went by, law enforcement could not find the woman until this woman's best friend felt guilty and she went to law enforcement and she told them everything. At the time when this woman with HIV best friend went to law enforcement, the woman with HIV was still sleeping with different men. She did not care. The best friend told law enforcement she felt like most of them men deserved HIV because a lot of them had rings on their finger and they was cheating on their wife just like her husband was cheating on her and gave her HIV. People, when law enforcement caught this woman, she told them the same exact thing. She said she did not care. She don't care about her life anymore. Now people, let's say this woman was telling the truth and a lot of men she was sleeping with had rings on their finger and they was married and they was sleeping with women that sell their body for money. Is it right to give them HIV? Now you may be thinking the man didn't use protection. Some men did, but a lot of men didn't. She would tell men they did not have to use protection. So a lot of truck drivers would sleep with these women and not use no protection knowing they sell their body for money. So people, do you think the truck drivers brought this on themselves or do you think this woman was wrong for passing these men HIV?